And the losing side of the 10th ANC Provincial Elective Conference, which is currently underway in Polokwane, Limpopo, has accepted defeat and pledged their support for the elected Provincial Executive Committee. Dickson Masemola and his slate have lost to Stanley Mathabatha's slate by a margin of about 400 votes in an all except one position. SABC News reporter Pimani Baloyi is monitoring developments there for us. I understand that you're speaking to one of the members of the Provincial Executive there. Pimani, good morning to you.
Morning, Criselda, and good morning to our viewers. Indeed, I will be speaking to one of the PEC members, a newly elected secretary of the PEC here in Limpopo, and is actually one of two people that are new to this position, Mr. Ruben Madaji. But before we get to that, Criselda, I want to go back to what happened last night. There was nomination and voting processes for additional members into the PEC. And what we understand is that voting happened most of the night and that we expect the results to be announced today. As you were stating, Criselda, the 5 people that contested the top 5 position, including Mr. Masemola and his other running mates, were automatically put on the list of people to be voted in as additional members. But when they were asked to whether they would be standing for these positions or not, Mr. Puleshai, who is currently the regional chairperson of the Nomen Mashabane region, stated that he would not be availing himself for this position, but the other 4 members availed themselves. So we will be getting results to see if these 4 members made it to that list. And some of the other names that were also thrown in the nomination list include, a deputy minister in the presidency, Ms. Thembisiweya. We've also seen the name of MP Musa Chabani. We've seen several MECs in the province that include MEC Dr. Popi Ramatuba for health, MEC Polibushelo for education, MEC Mabunga Lirule Ramakanya, who is the MEC for transport in the province. But to speak more about developments at this conference today, I'm joined by Mr. Ruben Madaji, who is the secretary of the PEC in this province. Thank you so much for speaking to us, Mr. Madaji. First of all, what do we expect to happen today here?
Thank you very much, and thank you to your viewers. We must appreciate that you are here, you continuing to do good work. You are informing members of public and the general membership of the ANC of the developments of what is happening here in the conference. We are going to start with our session around 11 o'clock today. As you know, that the voting processes ended up very late today in the morning. We are going to begin by reporting of the discussions and resolutions that have been taken by commissions. Then immediately after commissions, we will then go back to the main program, where we are also anticipating the president to close the conference and also the provincial chairperson to also give his acceptance and also the closing remarks of the chairperson. That is exactly what we are anticipating today. I think so far so good.
You are speaking about commissions. This conference is also expected to come up with resolutions that the province will take to next month as National Policy Conference. What are some of the policy standings that you have been given the mandate by delegates to take to national?
Remember the commission sat yesterday. Immediately when the commission sits, all the informations are with the commission's rapporteurs. I can't speak on behalf of the commissions. The commissions will give the report back. And conference, remember the commissions is composed of some few delegates. Conference has to also accept the recommendations that are made by the commissions. So if I speak now, then I will be jumping the gun. Let's wait for the rapporteurs to give reports. We'll come immediately after conference. We'll have adopted those resolutions. We'll come back and inform the media.
Bomadaje, the other issue, let's talk about your profile and your growth through the ranks to get to this position. I've seen one member during one of the nomination processes contesting that you have not gone through the ranks enough. They even brought in the name of Mr. Ruzane Ludere to contest you, saying he has more credentials than you. Let's talk about your career in the ANC up until you get here.
My sister, thank you very much. I've been in the ANC since when I was still at secondary school. I've been a leader of the ANC Youth League at branch level for many years. I've been a sub-regional chairperson of the Youth League in Thulamela for many years. I've been a regional secretary of the ANC Youth League in Vembe, the dissolved Youth League by the NEC led by Julius. I was the regional secretary. What kind of credentials do you need more? Remember, I'm not old. I'm not sigist. I'm still I'm just about 40. So you can't expect me to give you a profile of a person who went to exile, and this person, when he went to exile, he was in Mozambique, he was in Lusaka. No, I'm young. I might be having a big body, but you can't. I've also led in branches of the ANC. So what kind of a profile do you need, my sister?
These are big shoes you are filling. The NEC specifically has been praising the previous administration for the smooth running of this specific conference, saying they had proper preparations. So tell me, what are your plans going forward to ensure that Limpopo upholds this good administration that the NEC is currently praising?
In the ANC, my sister, we work as collective. The issue of individual doesn't work. And I hope and believe that the previous PEC was working as a collective. Even now, ourselves, we have committed, the provincial chair committed to continue with the issue of the unity and the renewal project of the ANC. And that is exactly what we are going to do. We're not going to bring our new skills from ourselves as individuals. We're going to work there as collective, and we continue with the project of renewing and uniting the membership of the ANC.
As a last question, when can we expect the results about the votes for the additional members?
In terms of our plan, we are expecting the results before the address by the president, as per the plan. But we will be guided by the elections agents as to, because remember they had to deal with more than 60 candidates who are nominated as the PEC. So I may not know the pace, whether they are concluding or they are getting closer, because we have just finished voting early in the morning today.
Thank you so much, Mr. Madaje. That is the newly elected secretary of the Limpopo Provincial Executive here at the conference, telling us that he has a right to this position. He has worked through the ranks of this party, Griselda, stating that people who are questioning his credentials are off the mark. Griselda?
Thank you very much indeed, Pimani, monitoring developments for us there in Polokwane.